Hello, everybody. This is a video that I'm doing in kind of as an adjunct to the podcast episode that's coming out this week. And so this is all about how do you actually find resources when it comes to creating an in-service. As you probably know by now, I'm a really big fan of in-services. I found that they've been really beneficial in my practice. And so I want to equip you with how do you actually find the resources to make your in-services. And this can be useful whether you're a student, whether you're a professional, and even whether you're a member of APTA Oncology or not. And so what I'm going to do first is go through from a member standpoint, and then I'll actually log out and show you some of the places that I like to find resources as well. So this is the homepage of APTA Oncology, oncologypt.org. And the first place that I usually go when it comes to this is I come over here to For Members, and I will go down to Resources Available for Download. So while this is loading, just so you know, this is not a paid partnership or anything. This is just how I actually find things that I really benefit from. So one of the favorite places that I have here, so the fact sheets, these are fact sheets for professionals. Now in a bit, we'll look at something different, but these are specifically written for us physical therapists. Lots of different conditions here, very useful fact sheets. Another thing that I find very useful for my in-services are these clinical practice guidelines, and we've actually got quite a few. And we are coming out with more. It does take quite a bit of time, but we do have some really good ones here, particularly about upper quadrant lymphedema. Now, if you scroll down, you can see here are the special interest groups, but I'm going to keep going because what I really like is this. This is the Rehabilitation Oncology Journal and all of the basically treasure trove of articles that are located within this publication. So this is the flagship publication of APTA Oncology, and this is probably the number one place that I go when it comes to researching for different in-services. So I'm not going to navigate over here, but just so you know, you can find it here, as well as if you go to publications up here, that will also navigate you over to this, which is a somewhat separate website. But again, great place when it comes to researching different things for your in-services. Now, if you're maybe less familiar, less comfortable with some of these things, what I recommend is you go over here to the student and new professional section. Even if you're not a student and new professional, this can be a great starting point when it comes to trying to figure out what you need for your in-service. So now that I'm over here, I'm going to scroll down past the wonderful leaders to the resources here. And where I really like to spend my time would be in the articles here. They've curated a list of really helpful articles that I feel like come up again and again, are useful for many different topics. And then also check out the Onc Rehab blog. So there's lots of different contributors, lots of different perspectives, lots of different topics here that can be useful for your in-service. And then maybe most important or useful of all are these diagnosis downloads. And these really are bite-sized info fact sheets that can help you learn more about these different, topics and whatnot. And they have more, and you can always check out the archive, and they come out with these very regularly, which is pretty fantastic. So this has kind of been looking at things from a member side. What I'm going to do now is actually log out and show you where I would look if I was not a member of APTA Oncology. So I've logged out, and I'm going to navigate over here to For Consumers. And this is more of the front-facing for patients, for caregivers side of APTA Oncology education stuff. So in this, they have these oncology patient fact sheets. And again, very similar to what we were talking about previously, but these are written in language that our patients, that our consumers can understand and benefit from. So even though these are written for consumers, these can be a great starting point when it comes to trying to figure out what you want and what you need for your in-services. So definitely recommend checking these out. This has just been a little brief tour of APTA Oncology and where I find my resources for when I'm doing in-services. Thanks for watching.